Hello, my name is Fernando. This presentation will cover my contributions as product owner, team lead, and front-end developer for our Capstone 2 project, BackLogger. As product owner and team lead, my tasks were focused around communication, documentation, and general organization around the project. I acted as the mouthpiece for the team, handling any communication between the instructor and us. I led the planning, daily, backlog grooming, review, and retrospective meetings for all 7 sprints. During those meetings, I was in charge of compiling all the information, such as the daily scrums, and sending them out to the team after revision. During the early stages of the project, I produced the project overview plan, seen on screen, setting the groundwork for the rest of the project by defining the technological stack, project scope, estimated detailed timeline, and individual duties for both sides of this project, referring to the back and front end. Later, towards the 7th sprint, I amended the overview with the project's shortcomings and wish list. I contributed the architectural diagram and with the rest of the team, aided in creating the data flow chart seen in front of us. During the last sprint, I presented the introduction and shortcomings wish list video that were accompanied by the project's presentation slides that were also put together by myself. Along with Brandon Torrens, we presented the demo and user guide for the project. I specifically showcased additional front-end functionality. My final administrative task was to review all documentation produced during the duration of the semester to ensure they actively reflected all our work done on BackLogger. After this came the submission of the showcase and final deliverables. Now I'll go into my front-end contributions. I created various designs, one for the home page, backlog list page, and the pop-up containing the media item details. With additional design revisions and discussions, Lorena Miranda, Andres Vasquez, and I started development on the project. Hello, and welcome to the demo section of my showcase. I began development with the navbar. Here we have a drop-down button that lets you filter your search query by movies, TV shows, books, video games, the search bar, the search button, and the menu. The menu expand function was developed by Lorena. Here in the trending now list, we are able to filter by the different media types. If we want to undo the filter, we just click on the last filter that we applied, and it'll undo the changes. Another functionality that I worked on is the pop-up or the modal. If I click on one of these media items, I will get the media card. That brings along with it the poster of the movie or media item and the description of the media item. Ideally, this button would let you add it to a backlog list, but that functionality was not added. Here we can close it out. If we note, each one does represent the data that it's attached to. Now here on the right, we have the Your Backlogs list. If we notice, these two backlogs, they're default, they're intentionally there, and in progress and completed. If we click on it, it'll take us to the list page. This list page was developed by Lorena. Now we notice here are our 2 lists. Now let's go back to the home page to test the functionality of it. Let's create a sci-fi list. Lets us know that our backlog was created successfully. And here is our new backlog list. If you notice the URL, it is anchored to the list page, to the sci-fi backlog list created in the list.html page. If we click on it, it'll again take us there, and here is our backlog. Let's try to do it the other way around and create a backlog from here to see if it'll create it in our homepage. Again, backlog created successfully. Let's check up on our homepage. And here is the backlog list we just created, properly linked and anchored to the list.html page to the comedy section. This is done using JavaScript event listeners that modify the DOM, the document object model, to dynamically add these backlog lists on both pages at the same time. I added this clear local storage button to undo any changes. It was immensely helpful when bug fixing the list. The page was made responsive. So if we do what I just did, start from here, start bringing the screen size down, we'll see everything adjusting and still being presentable. And that is the functionality and responsiveness on the page that I worked on. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.